We are from Miami, Florida. Throttleman pairs up Pedro, also from Miami. Intense. In Offshore B, miscalculations and Mr. K have retired from the race. Other competitors still in there include Toucan Power Play, Southwest Securities, Triton, Everglades Express, Finney Racing, and Heartbeat. Right now you're watching B99 Intense. Intense is rigged and maintained by Intense Marine. Scott Manor, the owner of Intense Marine, is currently on Subluxator in Offshore A. He is the leader right now in Offshore A, A46 Subluxator. We have a number of boats that are out of the race in some of these classes. First off, in Offshore A, it's Tina, Ballistic, Team Thoroughbred, and Shogun. They are out of the race. In Offshore C, Sudden Impact is gone. So we have a lot of boats that are out of the race, considering the really short runs and shortened laps that we've had here because of the substantial delay here before this race started. But you're watching Intense, still in the race and doing very well. B99. Coming up quickly on the outside is C30, No Mercy. No Mercy on the outside, Intense on the inside, B99. No Mercy, a 30-foot formula. No Mercy, C30, a 30-foot formula powered by two 600-horsepower Blue Thunder inboards. The driver, Craig Handravi from Miami, Florida. Throttleman Joe Agna from Pompano, Florida. There's Intense Marine, still running great in B-Class, B99, Intense Marine. 32-foot Midnight Express. Back to No Mercy, C30. Special thanks to Agnon Performance Marine. Sponsors include Gator Upholstery out of Fort Lauderdale, Marine Toy Menders also from Fort Lauderdale, Computerized Lettering out of Pompano, Florida, and crew chief, special thanks to Joe DeBellis out of Fort Lauderdale. Going around the turn now, No Mercy, followed by Intense Marine. C30. Listen to those Blue Thunder inboards. Uh-oh. As you can see, some problems there. C30 No Mercy, something blew, either a transmission or a drive. Joe Agnon, not a happy camper, as you can see. There's Intense, B99, Intense there. Doing very well in B-Class, Intense Marine. C21, Intense Marine's OPBRA Special. Now, this is Intense Marine's Opera Special's fourth race of the 1995 National APBA Circuit. Mike Strickland, owner, driver, and president of OPBRA, assures that we can expect to see them at the rest of the national races. They've been at every one so far this year. Intense Marine's OPBR Special finished second in St. Cloud and qualified third at the Fort Pierce race. The boat is being throttled by Rick Termel from Apache Powerboats. Marley Nicholson, secretary of OPBRA, is also owner-manager of Intense. The team is presently looking for a sponsor and wishes to thank Scott and his staff at Intense Marine. This is the third race of the OPBRA Gold Cup Series. C21, Intense Marine OPBRA Special. And this is an OPBRA Gold Cup Series race right here in Miami Beach. Mike Strickland and Rick Termel aboard. Freeze Frame Video Productions would like to thank everyone over at OPBRA, including Mike Nicholson and Marlene Nicholson and the rest of the staff for really helping out Freeze Frame Video. We really appreciate it. The great OPBRA organization has done a fine job in helping put this race together, as well as other races during this 1995 racing season. Now, as far as the C21, Intense Marine's OPBRA Special, well, it looks like it's at the top of the pack when you consider that Sudden Impact, No Mercy, and Courageous Cat have retired from Offshore C. A lot of broken boats in Offshore C. Right now, Intense Marine OPBRA, top of the pack in C-Class. Nice throttling there by Rick Termel. Mike Strickland, owner-driver. This 30-foot Max Cat, powered by two 200 Mercury outboards, we believe currently now is in third place in offshore sea. Intense Marine OPBRA. This boat is rigged and maintained by Intense Marine, which has a number of boats in this race, and they're all doing very, very well here in Miami Beach. Rick Termel and Mike Strickland aboard this 30-foot Max Cat. As we said, currently in third in offshore sea, behind Harrah's, Megabucks, and Mobil 1. B7 Southwest Securities there in the distance, a 33-foot fountain powered by two 620 horsepower Troy Dennis inboards with Merc Cruiser drives. Aboard Southwest Security, driver Glenn Gibson from Fort Worth, Texas. Throttle Jamie Coates from Dallas, Texas. Navigator Roger from Boatcom, and Freeze Frame Video would like to thank Roger personally for supplying a lot of the intercom hookups for us during this race. This boat is rigged and maintained by Mr. Art Lilly, who is currently on Heartbeat in a battle in B class as well. Southwest Securities currently in fourth place in the APBA National Point Standings, fourth in the Prop Series. Sponsors for Southwest Securities include Southwest Securities, a regional brokerage firm based in Dallas, Texas, with branches out the Southwest. Racing would also like to thank Allen's Barbecue in Tampa, Florida, Gibson Associates out of Fort Worth, and of course Mr. Art Lilly as well for rigging and maintaining the boat. Also special thanks to the crew chief, Mr. Greg Schultz. In just a few moments, we're going to go on board now, Southwest Securities, just before the green flag, and listen into the conversation going on via the intercom, courtesy of Roger from Boatcom. So let's listen in and hear what they have to say here aboard Southwest Securities.
I thought we had a race going. No, but hang on there.
You haven't even got a green flag yet.
I can't even see the paper. Can you see it, Roger?
No, I can't see it. I guess we got a race because he's back.
Here's our helicopter shot. Now the crew would also like to thank Jamie's lovely wife, Chris, and Jamie's two sons, Jay and Tate, and also Danita, Glenn Gibson's girlfriend, for helping out as well. Southwest Securities on board this 33-foot fountain. Glenn Gibson, Jamie Coates, and Roger from Boatcom is aboard as well. He is the navigator today. Handful of B-boats are already out of the race. They include Miscalculations and Mr. K. Right now it's Southwest Securities B7, powered by two 620 horsepower Troy Dennis inboards. There you see some of the Miami skyline in the background. This is the 1995 Offshore Grand Prix of Miami at South Beach and Government Cut. Presented by Cutting Edge Sports Marketing.
Put some water in there.
What?
Put some water in the tank.
Enough?
Now, just pull them out. Pull them out.
There's a helicopter in the background. Kilpatrick Helicopters. Our pilot, Russell Kilpatrick, doing a fine job.
left. Yeah, somewhere that way. Was that Jeff? Who's there? Let's all give a big wave to Jeff over there. This oil pressure on this engine's kind of starting to bobble. Let's call it a day.
Yeah, it's bouncing around a little bit.
Yeah. Is that the sailboat up there? I don't know. Where's the buoy? Roger, do you see?
Yeah,
To the right. Yeah, to the right of that sailboat, Johnny.
Straight, keep going straight. That's not the turn buoy. It's way up there, yeah. It's off to my, just barely to my right, way up. See the choppers up there.
Yeah.
Back to a helicopter shot now of Southwest Securities. Kilpatrick Helicopters doing a fine job keeping up with B7, a 33-foot fountain. Glenn Gibson, Jamie Coates, and Roger from BoatCom, the navigator. If you look on the bow closely, you'll see our onboard camera on a tripod there. And there's the shot that it gives. Onboard camera looking at the 3 crew members, Southwest Securities. As our helicopter swings by there, across the screen. A23 Optical Illusion, a 28-foot Manta powered by 200 horsepower Mercury outboards. The driver, Gary Lanzer from Miami, Florida. Throttleman Ed Thornton from Fort Lauderdale. Navigator, Gerard Lanzer from Coral Gables. We believe that Optical Illusion and Scatterbrain are the only 2 boats in A-class with outboards that are still running. A23 Optical Illusion took a 3rd place in the Amateur Offshore Challenge in Sarasota. Looks like these guys have the bug now. They want to race, and they're doing quite well. This 28-foot Manta, Optical Illusion. This boat is rigged by Edit Marine, owned and operated by Ed Thornton out of Fort Lauderdale, Florida. He is a throttle man on this boat, Optical Illusion, A23. These guys are doing a fine job. Gary Lanzer, Ed Thornton, and Gerard Lanzer. Edit Marine, of course, your home for all your high-performance outboard needs, racing as well as pleasure. Now, some of the boats that are out of Offshore A, out of this race, as a matter of fact, include Tina, Ballistic, Team Thoroughbred, and Shogun and Dan Donzi. They have retired from this 1995 Offshore Grand Prix of Miami. Optical Illusion still in there. Offshore A doing quite fine with this 28-foot Manta. Nice throttling job there, Ed Thornton. A88 Media Master 30-foot superboat powered by one 700 horsepower MRD inboard with a Mercruiser drive. Media Master driver Matthew Beck from Smithtown, New York. Throttleman Greg Quirk from Holbrook, New York. Media Master sponsor is ETR, Educational Technology Resources. Now, ETR is a high-technology company that manufactures information delivery systems. ETR, MRD, and Superboat planned a high-tech effort to make an assault on the 1995 World Championship. Media Master, A88. Miami skyline there in the background. Matthew Beck and Greg Quirk aboard this 30-foot superboat. This is only the second race on this boat. It ran in Barnegat Bay, taking a second place. Doing quite well. Media Master, A88. This 30-foot superboat powered by one 700-horsepower MRD inboard. Mercurser drive. A175 Team Intercoastal, a 29-foot fountain powered by one 700-horsepower Mercury inboard. The driver, Tom Hanshaw, he's from Sarasota, Florida. Throttle Bill Hanshaw, he's from Dallas, Texas. Navigator, Tom Hanshaw Jr., also from Sarasota, Florida. These guys have been racing for a couple of years now. They're doing quite well. A175 Team Intercoastal. Sponsors include Samsung Electronics and Uniden Marine Radios and Intercoastal Marine. Special thanks to crew members Tress Martin and Tyson Marks. A175 Team Intercoastal. There's Dan Dunzy. Dan Dunzy. Team Intercoastal pulling away. A175. Dan Dunzy on the outside. Tom Hanshaw, Tom Jr., and Bill Hanshaw aboard this 29-foot fountain, doing a fine job. Dan Donzi now on the outside, as you see, pulling a little bit more back, and Team Intercoastal pulling away, picking up some space. Boy, we've had some terrific racing here at this 1995 Offshore Grand Prix of Miami. Of course, it's a national race for APBA, a Gold Cup Series race for OPBRA, and a Southeast Divisional race. This will be the final boat that we will be covering for you today. And very shortly, we will give you the final results of this 1995 Offshore Grand Prix of Miami, coming to you from South Beach and Government Cup, presented by Cutting Edge Sports Marketing. Now, with the many spectators along the beach there getting ready for this afternoon's race, we're going to give you the final results of this morning's race on this 1995 Offshore Grand Prix of Miami. First off in stock, it was 7-Up the Uncola machine all the way. First in class, first overall. In second place, Cutting Edge, followed by Locomotion. Offshore C, Harrah's Megabucks taking the checkered flag, Mobile One, and Intense Marine, OPBRA coming in second and third. In Offshore B, Fenny Racing finally came in and took the checkered flag with his brand new Scarab, followed by a Heartbeat and Everglades Executioner. And finally in Offshore A, Subluxator, Team Hog's Breath, and Power Play 1, 2, and 3. Two courses up there, Subluxator and Team Hog's Breath coming up with Corsa wins in Offshore A. Now, just a little recap. First off in stock class, 7-Up the Uncola machine, what can you say, just dominated its class from green flag to checkered flag. putting it in first place in the prop series in the standings for the year, also in the APBA national standings in S-Class. 7 up the Uncola, followed by Cutting Edge and Locomotion. Offshore see the same story with Harris Megabucks, just dominated from green flag to checkered flag in that class. Harris Megabucks now your leader in the APBA national point standings in C. Finney Racing, a brand new boat, a spectacular win in Offshore B, followed by Heartbeat and Everglades Executioner. And finally in Offshore A, what a great competition with all these 18 boats that started. 14 of them finished, but Sub Luxator coming in first place, followed by Team Hog's Breath and Powerplay. Freeze frame video would just like to say that we enjoy the highly competitive Offshore A class, and we'll continue to cover their starts for the rest of the 1995 racing season. Just a great event here today, the 4th national race for the APBA, the 1995 Offshore Grand Prix of Miami. Now, before we go, there are a few people we would like to thank. First off, our helicopter pilots, Russell Kilpatrick from Kilpatrick Helicopters, also Mr. John Marks from Biscayne Helicopters, also the entire staff over at the APBA. They put on a wonderful event, even though there were some problems initially. They put it all together, and they put on a terrific race here in Miami Beach, Florida. Also, the Cutting Edge Sports Marketing Group, Jay Love and Luis Gutierrez, for putting on a terrific race here. Also, the freeze frame video production crew, including Pete Magnetti for installing the onboard cameras. Also, Gary and Nancy Johnson. And special thanks to Mike Werner from Pittman Photo Express for helping us out. On behalf of Jeff Girardi, Pauline, and the rest of the freeze frame video production crew, this is Vince Lipari wishing you a fond farewell from Miami Beach, Florida. Hoping to see you soon in West Palm Beach on September 15th for the 5th and final national race for APBA. We'll have 2 helicopters and 9 onboard cameras. We'll be covering from green flag to checkered flag, and we'll be providing the aerial and onboard footage for the television coverage of that race. Hope to see you there. We'll be there. Bye, everyone.